Okay, so welcome everybody to the last session of Fly with Flutter. Today we'll be learning coding. We'll be dealing with the coding part of Flutter, and we have Calvin with us. Let's start our session.
Okay. Hi everyone. Let me just share my PPT again. Okay, so today the session is on flying with Flutter. So we're going to get start with the coding part of Flutter. Again, for those that didn't attend the last two sessions, I am Calvin D'Souza. I'm a fourth year student in VIT Bhopal, and I'm currently an intern in Bajaj FinServ. I started with Flutter in my first year, and I started it off as freelancing, and now it's become like a long-term passion. So for the last 3 years, I've been on off, done my internships, my freelancing work all in Flutter. Then if anyone wants the socials, it's there. So today, what we'll be working on is a simple UI, but it's not very complex for everyone to understand. But it will give you a brief overview of how you build UIs in Flutter, how you are like importing packages into Flutter, and the different type of widgets that are there in Flutter. Yeah, more or less that. And yeah, I think let's just get started. So, so if anyone has any doubts or anything, just put in the chat, and maybe Shreya, you can tell me if anything comes up. Yeah,
Yes, sure.
okay, let's just get started. Let's to create. I hope everyone has Flutter installed and they've tried like the to run a simple app. But to let's create an app with Flutter. Create. Uh, let's just do me card. My card. Yeah. So we change in the folder cd my card. For those of y'all that are on simulators, so y'all can either connect your phones to your devices. So this is not functional the app, but it's just a basic UI for everyone to create. Is there something in the chat?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't have Flutter installed, you can use CodePen because like you can run your apps there itself. So thanks for that also. So a basic breakdown of the file structure of Flutter. So here we have like the Android folder where Android specific settings or any development specific to Android will be done in this. Any again for iOS is pretty self-explanatory. Again, any specific changes for the iOS platform, that is in this. Lib is all your Flutter files, so your Dart files that write your Flutter code. This is in your lib folder. Test is for unit tests if you want to write some. Web is again, like I said in the last two sessions, Flutter also makes web. It can create web projects, and Windows is again like creating desktop apps. Then I think everyone knows what a gitignore file is. It's to exclude folders from when you're uploading to Git. And then we'll just come to the pubspec.yaml file. Pubspec.yaml is a file that will help you add packages and any assets or any fonts that you want, you can add it directly to this file, and this will be able you'll be able to use it in your Flutter project. So we'll go to the main.dart. First, we'll start off by clearing some of the things that are there in this file. So we'll just I think everyone should just remove all the comments that are there, and everything that is there from like the class my homepage, just remove all that till the bottom of the file. So you'll be left with just this line. Just let's just go to basic app. Just remove everything that is there in the app, and just the home argument that is there in your material app. Just put a scaffold in that. Are people following like until now? Okay, Suyesh has got it. Okay, let's just move ahead then. So first, let's start off with first we'll just get the project running on a simulator. So to run your project, you use Flutter run. And since I have my simulator already open, it'll run on the simulator. Yes, so I think everyone should have this. Now with the current app that you'll have, you all should have just complete blank screen, nothing else. Let's go to- So first we'll start off. Let's like our UI had a green background. So it's a teal background. So what you want to do in our scaffold, like I said before, scaffold is a page in an app. So in our scaffold, what we want to do is set the background color. So our background color, what we wanted to be teal. Now Flutter comes with a class called colors that gives you like an array of a lot of colors that are already defined in Flutter. But if you don't want any of if you want a specific color, you can also use hex codes to define it. But now that we're just using teal, we'll just use colors.teal. Then we refresh the app. So to reload the app, we press R in the terminal. We'll set the body also for it. We'll just keep a container for right now. Yeah. So when you put the body, you'll get the background. Your app should look something like this. If anyone has any doubt, just put in the chat. So, like I know to stop somewhere. Otherwise, I'll just keep going ahead. So what we want to do is first let's just break down the app on how it looks. So what we have here is we have different amount of widgets. This is like your avatar widget. This is a text widget, another text widget, a divider, then you have a card here and another card. So so these are all placed in a column, so they're all vertical. So we can place all these widgets in a column, and then we can, since the column widget takes an array of widgets, so we can put each of the separate widgets inside that. So we'll get started with that. So we'll start with a column, and like I said, so when you have normal widgets, they usually take a child, but since array is since column is takes an array of children widgets, so the argument name is children, then a colon, and then the array. So when now we've started the array, we've initialized the array. The first widget what we had was avatar widget. So we'll start with, in Flutter you have circle avatar that gives you an avatar widget. The size, the radius for this, we'll keep it as 50, and we'll put the background image. We'll put that later. We'll just see this on screen. So we have just a blue circle in the top left corner, sorry. So what we want to do is we want this circle to be in the center of the screen. Column also comes with alignment. So to align things in the column, you have two axes. So we can either align the content according to the main axis or the cross axis. Cross axis is basically the one that is perpendicular to the column, and main axis is the one that runs along the column. So we wanted to be in the center of the main axis. Since we want it somewhere here, we will do main axis. So the argument name is main axis alignment, and the class name is again main axis alignment. And main axis alignment, since you want like different properties, it has center, it has end, it has space around, space between, space evenly. Anyone that has done React or something will understand CSS basically. They'll understand what these values mean. So we'll put that, and then we'll reload that. So we have it in the center now. So what we want to do is now we have it in the center of this, and let's just keep it like that. And we can also do the cross-axis alignment. Cross-axis alignment dot center. Okay, it doesn't make a difference here because the since the column is a widget, it takes the size of the biggest widget. So currently the column just takes this much space. So it is technically in the center of the cross alignment, but because the column only takes such a small space, we can't like align it in the center. So we'll just keep it for right now. Then we'll start defining all the widgets in it. Uh, so in our column children, we will next we want a text widget that has our name. I'll just put Calvin D'Souza. Then we want something. We'll just say Flutter developer. If anyone has any error or anything, just put it in the chat. So we have the text Calvin D'Souza and then Flutter developer. Next we have a small line, a divider. So what we will do is we will put a divider in that. Everything in Flutter is a class, like I've said before many times. We want a divider. We will set color as colors dot teal dot shade put it as 900. Well, let's do 100 and keep it light. So you can see a line that goes across. And now since you saw since you saw the divider takes as much space as possible, now the column width has increased to the full screen, and the cross axis alignment has centered the content in the column. So next we'll put a card with a child. Uh, so in our UI we have a card. We can use a container also, but a container is widget that does not have elevation, and you can put in a container like in divs. You can put all your elevation, your your shadows, everything. But a card already comes with that, and you can manipulate the values if you want to also. So we'll just use a card directly, and since we need leading icon and a number, or not a number, but you can just say a text after that. So what we'll do is we'll use something called a list style. A list style comes with is a widget that comes with like a leading icon, like a text, and it also comes with a trailing icon also. So it's divided into three parts. So we'll put a list style. Yeah, so in our list style, uh, we will start off with the leading icon. So in our leading, like I said, it has three parts: a leading, a body, and it has not a body, a title, and a trailing section. So in our leading icon, we want an icon of a phone. So we'll start with an icon widget, and an icon takes like it like colors. Flutter also gives you a set of icons, that is the material icons, that if you all have used it before. So it comes with a set of icons. So again, like colors, it's icons dot, and we want so material icon. Give me 1 second. Uh, we'll go to system icons. So it comes with a lot of icons that are already present in Material UI. So what we want to do is we want to use something called the phone icon. So we will icons.phone, and so we got a card, and we got a phone icon. Everyone's following until now? Any questions? How to change the color? We'll come back to styling of your text, styling your images, your fonts, all that we'll come back to. We just create the basic structure of the app, and then all styling and everything we'll do it eventually. So, like I said, the second section that we'll define is the text. So again, it's a widget, and then it takes a string as an argument. So we'll just put 919876543210. So we got the and now we need two cards like this. We need another one that just has the email. So we will just copy this card and we'll place another card underneath it. So for the leading icon in this, we want an email icon. So we'll just put email and we just put like a dummy email, calvin@gmail.com. So we have so currently we have the anyone who's following, we have the basic structure of the app created. So we have the image, the name, everything, the divider, the card set up. So now has everyone reached here? If you are following, you're like going along with me. Okay. Okay, then let's continue. So now we'll move on to styling the app. So now we've centered all the content, and now let's first we'll break down circle avatar. Let's make it like how we want it in our UI. We want it to have contain an image of like our image. So what we'll do is I have an image of me here. So if you all have just an image lying around, just pick it up, open. Okay, we don't have the assets folder, but new folder, assets, and you want to drag the photo and put it in the assets folder. Now, now that we have it in our assets folder, we want to tell Flutter that the image is present in the asset folder. So, like I said, the pubspec.yaml is a file that that allows us to communicate between Flutter and our files, our packages, our file. It's similar to package.json in Node or React or whatever. So I'm just removing all the comments that are there, so it's easier for everyone to read. So once you come down here, you will see this a line that says to add assets to your application, add an asset section like this. So what you want to do is just uncomment the first two lines. We will since so we have so you to define all your assets, you just the key is like assets, and then you have to provide the path of the asset. So it is in assets assets slash Calvin dot JPEG JPG. So now we've added the image. What you want to do is because you're adding files to Flutter, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So what you just want to do is just close your app and run it again. And then, so now Flutter basically knows like your image is present. we'll add the image to our circle avatar. To add an image, we put a background image as as we will assign it to our image that is there in our assets folder. And the way to add an image is to use asset image, and we provide the path to it. So ours is assets slash Calvin dot jpg. That we have. So we have our image visible on that. Everyone's following until now. We're getting the like how to add files to our add files to our this our app. Okay, then let's keep on moving then. So then we're just going from top to down. We'll just go to Calvin D'Souza. So what we want to do is we want to style the text. So we will choose. Oh, better I'll explain the font system now only. So we want a specific font, and for many people, they all have used fonts.google.com. There are like a lot of fonts on this, and the specific font that I've used is Pacifico. And usually we would download the TTF file from the fonts and add it to a assets folder and then use it. But now you can just, like I said, you get a lot of packages on pub.dev. So on pub.dev, you want to look for Google Fonts and see. So this is a package I made by Material.io, and it supports. I'll just open it and then I'll explain. So it supports Android, iOS, Linux, macOS, web, and Windows. And 100% popularity means a lot of people are using it, and it it also when there's more popularity, it means sometimes it means that the package is well maintained and all. So so Google Fonts is a package that comes with all the fonts that are needed for your app. So that now if you wanted the later font, we would just do Google Fonts.later. So let's start with adding it to our Flutter project. So we just copy the first thing, just paste it here. Let Flutter add it. Now Flutter pub.add. Before we had to specifically go and put Google Fonts here and then do Flutter pub get. But now Flutter, the new command that they've come out with in Flutter 2.0, you can it directly adds it to your pubspec.yaml file, and you don't have to take care of your indentation of if it's properly indented and all. It's a really good command. So then coming back to it, we'll just we want to style up text. So we will start with, to style it, we will go with Google Fonts and just make sure that it auto imports the class on top. If it's not, if it doesn't import it, you can write down here on the pub.dev page. Y'all can just copy paste it. I'll just put the link to everyone. So we want Google Fonts dot Pacifico. In Pacifico, we can now it'll use the font of it. This is run our app again. So we'll put a text style. Text style. We want font size. Let's set a font size. We'll put it as 40. We want a font weight. We will put it as it's a font weight is another class that comes with Flutter, so you can just do font weight dot bold. Then we'll set the color of our text. So we'll put colors dot white. Yeah, so you can see like the font has been applied, and also our styling to our text, so that also has been added to. Then we'll go to the next text, that is Flutter developer. So we will put a style on it. Again, we want another font. It's Google Fonts dot Source Sans Pro, I think it was. Yeah, so Sans Pro. We will again style it. Text style. Text style takes a widget named text style again. So like the arguments in Flutter are very like intuitive. So they are usually just a camel case of the name of the classes that are to be used. So so even if y'all are creating your own packages, you all should follow that convention. So for this, we will go with color, uh, colors dot teal dot shade 100. We will put a font size as 27. We set 30 instead. That's a little bit too empty. Yeah, it's better. Font weight, font weight dot. Let's do bold again. Let's see. Let's look at our UI. It's looking more or less similar, but there you can see like some of the letters are spaced more in the UI. So to space out our letters, we want to add letter spacing. Let's just add 2.5. So that's more or less similar. Again, now let's go back to our UI. Now the next part is the divider. In the divider, we have not used like the full width of the column. So what we want to do is just to like the divider, like I said, it takes up the whole width of the screen. So we can limit the divider by putting it in a size box. So if you put your cursor on any of the widgets, you'll get this small light bulb icon. Click on it. You can wrap your widgets with any widget. Then you can wrap a center widget, a column widget, a container around it, and all that. So what we want is a size box. So size box, it just allows us to give parameters like a height and width to it. So we will give it a height of 20 and let's give it a width of 150. Reload the app, and then again, like it's become just small enough, like what you needed. Then we will finally move on to everyone's following until now. Okay, let's keep moving on. We'll go to our card. So our card, finally, these are the last two things that are remaining. And this is the 40 minutes in. So we will first we want to style the icon. So to style an icon, it has comes with a color class. So I mean color argument that takes again colors dot teal, and we will do the same thing for the next icon also. Color colors dot teal. There. So our icons they've changed the color now. Then we will style the text again. So for our text, we will again do Google Fonts. We'll use Google Fonts again. Style Google Fonts dot what is it? Source code sounds pro. That. Just copy that and just put it. Okay, let's just define it for the top one, and then you can just put the same thing down. So we want the text style. Text style. We will start off with the color. Colors dot teal. Let's make it dark. So shade 900. Then we put a font size. We put it as 20. Then a font weight. We put it as font weight dot bold. Okay, let's not put it bold. Yeah, that's better. Then if you want, you all can write the thing again, but I'm gonna just copy the same style, and we'll so we'll reload app, and we've got the email also in the color that we wanted. Next, we'll move on. I think we're almost done. Only thing that is remaining is spacing the cards out properly. So cards come with some, like, you have margin and padding in CSS. Same thing is there in Flutter. So we have a margin, and we also uh, okay, maybe cards don't come with padding, but containers, they have margin and padding. So margin is the space that is the outside of your card. So if you want spaces kept on that side, so to put the spaces, like, you would like, there are different conventions. So we go to edge insets dot. So we can use all from LTRV. LTRV is left, top, right, bottom. Then only is to put it on only some sides. Symmetric is, like, you can define for vertical, and you can define for horizontal also. So let's just do edge insets dot symmetric. We will do for vertical. We will do 20, 10, and vertical we will do 25. Oh, sorry, vertical, horizontal. Horizontal. Yeah, so that looks more like a UI. So copy that, and we'll put that again in the next card. Yeah, so both the cards look like similar, and it's like a copy of our UI. Yeah, I think that's it. That's how you go through an app. You break down, like, each thing into individual components. How you import packages, how you add files to your Flutter projects, how you style your Flutter projects, alignment, how to do margins, all that also we've covered. And yeah, I think that's more or less it. If you all want to set styling schemes, style systems, in your material app, you can set your theme, and in your theme you can set like what headline. If you just you can instead of doing all this Google Fonts thing, you can just set headline as uh, you want your headline one, that is your H1 in HTML. You wanted to have a font size of 40. You wanted to have bold text. You wanted to be blue. You can all set that out, and then you just have to import the style wherever you need it. So yeah, I think that all covers what I had planned for today. If anyone has any questions, drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I think we're done for today.
Kelvin, is it
Yeah.
possible to use styling written in different files, like in
Uh,
a .css file, or for example, that's for HTML, for is
yeah.
or something like that?
Like how you have uh, like in Java, like it's very similar to JavaScript. So in this you can create, let's say we create a new file, styles.dart. We can just create a new a variable const text style is equal to, we'll just copy one of the styles here. So now we'll just created like a simple text style. Go back to a file, do that, and just import the variable from styles.dart. It auto imports it, and we'll restart our app. And again, like so, we can maintain our styles in another file, and we're just using like one word variable here. So and the same, it's the same feature in this. I hope that like explains.
Yep, thanks.
So let's see what Suresh has done. Yeah, see, this is what you should do. Like you should like try and make, don't try and copy, try and make your own thing. So like y'all can add like buttons, everything on this. Y'all can make it such that when you click on the cards, you can direct open your phone, or when you click on the email, it opens Gmail or something like that. You can add links to like your LinkedIn or something like that. So like the experiment with Flutter, learn to do new things. This is a very short thing that I've done today. Just to give you all a brief overview, I didn't want to go too complicated because it can confuse a lot of people because it's very new. It's a small app. I will send a zip file to Shreya, and she'll send it to in your Discord, and you go through the app again, try and copy the UI again. I will send also the image again, so you can copy that. Yeah, and just keep practicing with Flutter.
Will you be uploading this to GitHub or anything like that?
Oh, I won't upload it to GitHub, but I'll just send a zip file to y'all, because then y'all can just have it directly. Or if you want to, I can upload it to GitHub also.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll upload it to GitHub and I'll send the link. Yeah. I Is there anyone else has any questions? Yeah. I think
Any
we
doubt?
can wind
Yeah.
up.
Yes, cool. So that would be the end of our Flutter Festival. Thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Calvin, for some really great sessions. I'm sure this will give a good head start for the Flutter enthusiasts.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope if anyone, if you all want more sessions or anything, I can like we'll I'll talk to Shreya and then we can put more sessions down.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so everybody, at the chat section, we have the feedback form. Please do fill it out so that that can cover your certificates part. All right, then. Thank you everyone for joining in. You all can leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Calvin.
So thank you everyone.
Thank you.